everyone, Mitch coming in from the Commander's Core studio. Welcome to the show. So on today's episode, I've got a fun one for you. Commanders that are way better than their reputation. Let's jump into it. And of course, there's a list of these commanders in the description below, so check that out. And also, well, make sure you check out Zirda the Dawnwaker, because Zirda is, well, a companion that many players are like, oh yeah, it's a companion, that's what it is, that's what it does. Many players forget that this can be an incredible commander, and what an incredible commander it is, a 3/3 elemental fox for 3 mana in Boros. Abilities you activate that aren't mana abilities cost 2 less to activate. This effect can't reduce the mana, and that costs 2 less than 1 mana. By paying 1 and tapping, target creature can't block this turn. Now, that secondary piece is kind of just an interesting, like, often forgotten ability, which is nice. Again, you can literally go, yeah, all right, you can't block with that. Okay, I'm swinging through. Or, politic with it, you can actually help an opponent out and get through as well. That being said, obviously the big chunk on this commander that you want to pay attention to is, hey, your abilities cost 2 less to activate, down to 1 mana at the least, which is insane. There are some crazy, powerful, even broken things that you can do. Yeah, certain combos that you can do as well. Yes, some things that can give you technically infinite mana as well. Yeah, there are crazy things that you can do with this one. And again, because it is a companion and because it is in Boros, which I would say is kind of the often forgotten color combination, 2-color combination for the most part when it comes to commander players out there, it is ignored. And it should not be. It is so much better and deserves to be seeing so much more play. Go check it out. Next up, sometimes commanders can just be forgotten because, well, they're in a set that doesn't perform all that well. Aether Drift was a set like that, where, like, we kind of already forgot that happened, and it's like, oh, yeah, I guess that was a thing. Yeah, you know, like Wacky Racers meets Magic the Gathering, and here's a goblin with pink hair. Cool, all right. 2/3 Goblin Pilot, Redshift, Rocketeer Chief for 2 mana. Ingruel, Vigilance. Tap add X mana of any one color where X is Redshift's power. Spend this mana to activate abilities, and exhaust for 12 mana in total. Put any number of permanent cards to your hand on the battlefield. Yeah, that's incredible. So here's the thing with this one. This is a commander where you can build up its power, which already you have a lot of great ways to do so in this color combination. I mean, obviously, you could use like a Blackblitter Forge, and you are in green, so you've got a lot of ways to get a bunch of lands into play. Cool, a great pump effect. You can also do, well, I mean, any kind of like a power doubling effect, like a temporary one. Red's got a lot of those. Actually, green has a lot of those these days, too. Or like Raised by Giants. Sure, just permanently give your commander like a 10/10 base power toughness. You can get to an insane amount to be able to utilize this mana for abilities. And of course, there's plenty of broken things that you can do with that, but at the very least, just go, oh yeah, I activate this ability, and all of a sudden, I just dump my entire hand onto the battlefield of giant, massive things. Again, those can be Eldrazi, whatever they're going to be, doesn't matter. I don't know, Eldrazi always comes up when it comes to big mana. But yeah, being able to go, oh yeah, just drop all these things down super early in the game and just dominate the board. And of course, you can only activate that once with Exhaust, right? But if you happen to get this back to your hand or sacrifice it and then replay it and then redo it, you got plenty of ways to make sure you can use that ability more than once. Moving on, many Magic players out there are risk averse, and therefore Eruth Tormented Prophet does not see much play because it can be a risky commander, absolutely, but it also can be one that can pay off so well. A 2/4 Human Wizard for 3 mana in Izzet. If you draw a card, exile the top 2 cards of your library. Instead, you may play those cards this turn. I love commanders that change the rules of the game, whether for the table or for you. And this one says, hey, you know what? You're playing a different kind of game, all right? Instead of drawing, you're playing from exile, but you get twice as much, okay? You're basically impulse draw 2 for every 1 card drawn. Now, at some point, basically, yeah, you're going to be handless, which can actually be a very good thing. You can make it so that you take advantage of that. Make it so that you actually aren't drawing cards. Make some punishing effects out there for players who are drawing cards, or certain cards that really deter card draw in certain ways, or ones that essentially go, okay, hey, you know what? You're going to draw 3 cards, but at the end of your turn, you're going to discard 3. Oh, okay. That normally would just be like, all right, I net to 0 cards, but this, it's like, oh, I'm kind of like up 6 all of a sudden for just like 2 mana for a card like that. Or some repeat looting effects. Again, with this, looting is obviously much better than rummaging, because rummaging, you don't have a hand, discard, then draw. This is draw, then discard for looting effects. You can take advantage of that so much. You can take advantage of wheel effects where you just get access to so many cards. Some crazy stormy turns. Absolutely. Such a fun, unique commander that can be so powerful. Check it out. Next up, other Mimeoplasm. Again, from Aether Drift. Again, a set that is already forgotten. Already in the back of Magic players' minds in a deep, dark place where players are like, in 20 years, be like, remember that one wacky Racers set? And why do we talk like this now? I don't know. 0/0 Ooze for X and Sultai colors. As it enters, exile up to X creature cards from your graveyard. It enters with 3 counters on it for each creature card. Exiled this way. By paying 2 comes a copy of target creature card exile with, except a 0/0 and has this ability. So this is a commander that, well, again, has a really good color combination, which I think is probably the most popular, I would assume, out of the 3 color combinations. I could be wrong on that, but definitely one of the top ones the players are clamoring for. But it is one that, again, does require a good amount of building around to really make work, to see the vision of. There's a lot of super cool things that you can do with it, though. Being able to swap between different creatures, that's absolutely huge. You can do some very exciting things with that. Of course, it does cost mana to do so, but again, you are in green. You've got access to plenty of ways to make plenty of mana for you. And of course, you can mix and match, do some absolutely crazy cool things by going, oh yeah, okay, I've got some extra mana right now. Why don't I actually make this a really large creature to start by exiling a good amount of creatures with it? Maybe one of those creatures is unblockable. Awesome. Maybe one of those creatures has Infect. Yeah, you can do a crazy good Infect deck with this commander where you're like, all right, any creature with Infect. Okay, by the way, you're gone now. I'm a copy of you. Well, I'll be a copy of you after I swing through. I'm unblockable, I'm unblocked, and then I'll become a copy of you and take players out like nothing. You can also, utilize certain creatures like Cephalid Constable that have amazing, combat triggers that when you hit that player, they're like, oh yeah, just a little 1/1. You're like, oh wait, actually no, it's a copy of that, but it's actually like a 12/12. And they're like, oh, all right, you're going to bounce 12 permanents. Okay, gross. Ouch. Yeah, you can win in so many cool ways with this. Take advantage of it. Next up, one I want to bring up because, again, Jumpstart is something that also is somewhat forgotten in some ways, except for certain commanders out there where it's like, yeah, okay, cool, like, all right, snakes, gorgons, whatever, all right, anyways. This is one, though, where it is so incredibly powerful, and it should not be slept on. A 2/2 Vampire Insect for 4 mana in black. Flying Death Touch. For a player sacrifice a non-tone creature, create a 1/1 black insect creature with flying. Whenever insect, leech, slug, or worm you control attacks, main player lose 1 life and you gain 1 life. Here's the thing. Players might see that part again. This is one of those cards that if it had less text, it'd probably see more play. If it literally didn't say, like, leech, slug, or worm, it'd probably see more play because players are like, well, I don't want to play, like, weird bug tribal. I don't want to do it. You don't have to do that. It doesn't matter. This is an insanely powerful commander. Insanely powerful commander. I mean, all you need to do is go, okay, let's, everyone sacrifice some creatures, okay? Edict Effect, whatever, a 1-mana Edict Effect, Instant Blood, whatever it is. Okay, cool. All right, cool, everyone sacrifice creatures. Okay, I get 3. Let's assume I'm sacking a token. I get 3 insects. Cool, with flying. Great. If I sacrifice a regular creature, I get 4. Oh my gosh. I just went, everyone goes down a creature. I go up, at the very least, 3 creatures. It's insane. Absolutely crazy. And of course, if you've got any of the, OP kind of cards out there like Dictate of Erebos, and you've got a free sacrifice outlet, it's like, oh yeah, okay, cool. I'll just keep making an insane army of creatures. There's also some combos that work well with this too. And of course, again, like literally like an attack trigger that's like, all right, I swing with my flying evasive army and already drain opponents. It's absolutely crazy, absolutely insane. Pick it up and play it. Let's go in a different direction, though, with Elenda, Saint of Dusk, a 4/4 Vampire Knight for 4 mana, and Orzhov, lifelink Hexer from Instance. As long as your life total is greater than your starting life total, ++1 Menace, +5/+5 additional if you have 10 greater than your starting life total. I mean, this is a commander that costs 4 mana that can very quickly, very easily be a 10/10 lifelink Hexer from Instance with Menace. Just think about that. It is super simple to get there. I mean, first of all, just literally by hitting with this, you're going to be gaining life, correct? Yes. Also, yeah, there's plenty of ways to gain life, especially in Commander when it's like, oh yeah, I played Congregate. I gained 2 life for each creature on the battlefield, which includes all my opponents. Yeah, for 4 mana, I just gained like 30 life. Cool. Good for me. Or you can play a life doubler, which there are a lot of. You can play, Soul Sister cards, which gain you life whenever any creature comes into play. There's so many ways to gain so much life, and it's already a good thing to pad your life total, obviously. But now you've got a commander that goes, hey, all right, you're benefited by that. You just start gaining life, all start hitting incredibly hard. And of course, you barely need to get any more power to make this into a 2-shot KO. You just need one more power to go, okay, hits for 11. Halfway there. I mean, more than halfway there technically, but 21's an odd number. Anyways, then give it double strike. You got plenty of ways to give double strike in this color combination because you're in white. So yeah, duel's heritage type cards, double strike, swing, one-shot KO players left and right, and all of a sudden gain even more life to pad your life total even further. Check it out. It's so much fun. Next up, now, if you've never read the Oracle text on this one, you'll see that Wizards themselves made a mistake on it, and maybe didn't realize the exact potential of this card and knowing exactly what players might do with it, who kind of unlock the secrets of Hofri, a 4/5 Dwarf Cleric for 5 mana, and Boros. Again, Boros, that color combination that players sometimes just forget about. Spirits you control get +1, have trample and haste, and it says whenever another non-token creature you control dies, exile it. If you do, create a token's copy of that creature, except a spirit to other types. It has, when this creature leaves the battlefield, return the exile card to your graveyard. It should say to its controller's graveyard. Sorry, its owner's graveyard. Basically, Wizards didn't write that because they're like, well, yeah, your creatures die, and when they die, you get them back, right? It happens. No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to steal my opponent's creatures and sacrifice those. And now all of a sudden, it's a removal spell and also a clone spell all in one. I'm going to threaten their creatures. That's what I'm going to do. So yeah, building an entire deck around literally threatening your opponent's creatures, swinging with them, sacrificing them, getting a token copy of them. If they've got an ETB, getting that ETB, also having a better version of them. Yeah, you can do some crazy things with them. Or actually, you might even sacrifice them first because they can swing even larger as a spirit, obviously, with that +1 trample and haste. So yeah, you basically steal creatures, make them better, and yeah. It's amazing. I absolutely love it. You can also use populate effects because those token copies are going to be able to populate and get insane value off of. You can do some crazy cool things with this one. There are so many amazing threat effects, so many great sacrifice outlets in this color combination as well. I mean, Goblin Bombardment is so much fun. Fanatical Devotion. Make sure you check all those out and build around this absolute boss. Moving on, Amareth the Lustrous, a 6/6 dragon with flying for 6 mana in Bant. Whenever another permanent enters the battlefield under control of the top card of your library, if it shares a card type with that permanent, you may reveal that card, put in your hand. Yeah, sometimes dragons kind of get a little bit forgotten about when they're not like, dragons are about dragons, and dragons. Yes, dragons. Yeah, this isn't a dragon commander for dragons. You can build a dragon deck around it, sure. You don't have to, though. This is one where you can get insane amounts of value, and it also can really take advantage of certain cards out there where they're like, hey, you can just look at the top card of your library. You're like, oh, that's fun. All right, cool. Even if like you have to play the revealed like a future sight, that's fine too. Whatever, I don't care. Being able to go, okay, I know what's on top. I play a land. Oh, I get a land. Cool. All right. oh, there's a creature. Okay, cool. Yeah, I blink a creature. Cool. All right, I play a creature. Whatever I'm gonna do. You can get insane amounts of value from like say bounce lands, from ways to essentially again blink creatures to again repeatedly play creatures like a Shrieking Drake. You can do so many cool things with this one where the card advantage you're getting is absolutely incredible. And again, keep in mind, technically, it's not card draw because, again, it's just going into your hand directly. So there are certain pretty nasty things out there you can do too. Where you're like, yeah, players can't draw cards to certain cards like that, and you're like, that doesn't matter because I can get around it. Yeah, it's such a fun commander. You don't have to build it in a mean controlling way, but it is such a fun commander. Also a heavy hitter as well at 6/6 flyer. Yeah, so do keep that in mind. That being said, so much value to be had. Next up, Edge of Eternities. Yeah, another set that is somewhat forgotten in some ways outside of like spaceships everywhere. Oh my gosh, spaceships. 4/4 Human Artificer Rogue for 6 mana in Boros. You'll see a little, theme here that there's a lot of Boros commanders that are often forgotten. Double Strike Vigilance, spells you cast up Benny for artifacts. Yeah, that is an insane effect. And if this was in like any color combination that had blue, it would be seeing so much play. It's not. It should still be seeing so much play. It doesn't matter. I mean, matters a little bit. But still, what matters with it is literally like, hey, getting everything in your hand affinity for artifacts is absolutely broken. Again, affinity is something that they're like, when they made it initially, like, yeah, this will be fine. And they're like, oh my gosh, it's not fine. I mean, it's still doing really well in like other really competitive formats, essentially, like modern. Anyways, affinity is crazy, crazy good. And so all of a sudden you just get, artifacts in play, and now you're just reducing the cost of all your spells, including artifacts that you can basically cast for free, or just like giant spells, like a Brass's Bounty. Okay, cool, get a bunch of treasures. Or giant X spells, like, oh yeah, giant Zimlining Inferno, just so much damage to your opponents. You do so many crazy things with this one. And because it's in Boros, players forget about it. Don't forget about it. Go dominate your opponents with it. And finally, one last one. Yes, in Boros, Duke Ulder Ravengard, a 5/5 human noble soldier for 6 mana in Boros. By the end of this episode, have I convinced you to play a Boros commander? They're amazing and so much fun. At the beginning of combat on your turn, no target creature control gains haste and myriad until end of turn. Whenever attacks for each opponent other than the defending player, you may create a token's copy of it. Tap then attacking, and then you exile it in a combat. It's an amazing effect. Again, Myriad is such a powerful effect in a format like Commander, obviously, because it'd be pretty useless in other formats. But yeah, being able to go, hey, all right, I get 2 free token copies of this creature. That includes any kind of ETBs they might have. So do keep that in mind. Any kind of combat damage triggers they might have. And yeah, they're going to be exiled, but any kind of leave the battlefield triggers, or if you got a way to sacrifice them, or if they are legendary, any kind of death triggers they might have. Yeah, being able to take advantage of those, you can do so many crazy things with this one. And of course, again, like I mentioned with Hofri, you can populate as well. And you got a lot of great ways to populate with this commander. So yeah, get those token copies and go, oh yeah, populate. Now I get to keep that token copy for the rest of the game. And also, of course, being able to just maybe utilize some Sundial of the Infinity and the turn type things too. You can do so many fun things with this one. Check it out. And with that, this episode is coming to a close. Make sure you comment below with your thoughts on it. And of course, as always, thanks again and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.